Hey guys, welcome back to rhrjen. I'm so glad you're here, guys. I have such a good show for you today. There's so much stuff going on with Meghan right now that I thought we could take a look at Saint Meghan Markle over on Reddit and hit some of the high points and low points and talk about a few articles that have come out about her. If you're new here, I'm Jen. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit the thumbs up and leave me comments, as all of those helps YouTube to recommend my videos. And again, I sincerely appreciate that very much. And thank you to everybody who's used the hype button on me. I really appreciate that. Now let's get into this, guys. She is always up to some stuff. Starting with this, I referred back to this in yesterday's video. I wanted to talk about this. According to St. Meghan Markle, I tried to get the username and I realized it cut off. Thank you, whoever posted this. The admission in plain sight about as ever farming out the products. So apparently in the fine print at the bottom of as ever, there is this. Let's take a closer look. How do you bring your products to life? We partner with best-in-class vendors to bring our product ideas to life. Translating our founder's recipe and bespoke concepts into beautiful, scalable goods. Oh, the word salad. Again, okay, where to start? That our founder thing is so weird to me. To me, it just screams. I wouldn't even think about Meghan writing this stuff. I would just assume, some intern or somebody wrote it until I see things like that. And I think, oh, Meghan definitely wrote that, because she's trying to set herself apart and act like she's talking about Meghan as our founder. Our founder. Okay, great. But again, what word salad? What bespoke products are we talking about? Have you ever read her FAQs? It's so embarrassing. The first FAQ, as if someone has ever asked such an inane question before. It's sheer megacentric. How do you bring your products to life? At first, I was confused. I was petrified. I'm just kidding. First, I was afraid. I was petrified. Let's see. At first, I was confused. What does she mean? How do you bring the products to life? Are the products unalived and you have to realive them or revive them? Nope. Let's look at her answer. Meghan's answer. We partner with best-in-class vendors. I don't think so. If the reviews have anything to say with it, I would say they are not best in class. To bring our product ideas to life, translating our founders' recipes and bespoke concepts into beautiful, scalable goods. What BS word salad? So she thinks customers are asking her how she brings her products to life, figuratively speaking. From product ideation to in production, what is this, some kind of Harper's Bizarro interview or something? Most companies' FAQs use the customer's perspective, such as, are the products organic, or where's the product sourced, or how do I store the flour sprinkles? They're supposed to be pragmatic, not philosophical. That is a great way of explaining that. It makes sense since they're frequently asked by customers, not what do I want my customers to know about me as the founder of my company? Me. I thought that was such a funny point. And yeah, only Meghan would use the FAQs like that. Absolutely. Finally, let's talk about her admission. It's something we've talked about here for a while. She's admitting to not making nor really overseeing her products. It's all contracted via third-party vendors. These vendors must have to translate her awful word salads and recipes, pour saps, and then turn them into scalable goods. That all sounds so appetizing. All right, starting with this one, Calm Yak says, since when is white label scam jam bespoke? That's just the word Meghan uses. That's one of her favorites. She says bespoke. That's just a fancy way of saying expensive, overpriced, ridiculous. And while we're at it, since when is white label crap best in class? Exactly. I covered in yesterday's video, go back and watch it if you missed it, the Trustpilot reviews of her products and business. I would not use the words best in class. It sure doesn't seem like that to me. Best in class is a marketing term primarily used in the 80s and 90s, started by the automotive consumer reviewer J.D. Powers. Once again, Meghan is showing how out of touch she is in current consumer marketing. I thought this was such an interesting point. It's one of those things you hear, but until somebody spells it out for us, it's like, oh yeah, even her terms have been done. They're outdated. It's just like everything else with her. Her ideas are recycled. Her terms are recycled. I'm still stuck on the way she used the FAQs on her website. That's really funny. A way to look at herself. She basically said the same twice with saying bespoke, pretentious as ever. Bespoke is the new curated, exactly, which is what the new organic, that's another thing. And feminism, that was another one of her words. Every year it's a different word. So there you go. Apparently her target market eats that rich people buzzword bingo crap up. Whenever I see ads I don't understand, which is often, I have to ask myself who the target audience is. These buzzwords trigger her middle class aspirational sugars into believing that they are buying into her faux royal lifestyle. Then they get shit runny jam, stench candles without wicks, and remaindered vanity bottled Ripple cosplaying badly as Napa Elite. They get to learn how to spread bacteria and salmonella to their families. Oh, the aspirational trip to the ER. They don't order again, leading to millions of dollars of soon expire inventory, and her Ripple won't last long too. It eventually spoil to cheapo cooking wine soon enough. That's funny. Oh my God, what if she did turn it into cooking wine? That would be really funny. Since when is it her recipes? Exactly this. Supposedly the runny spread is her recipe that she had to scale up in order to share it with the adoring masses. Okay, as ever. The only bespoke thing about her products is her twist on scamming people into overpaying runny jam by pretending that she knows how to make jam using tongs wrong. Shout out to Think Beautiful. They're often here in the comments. Hi, how are you? And so kind and so lovely. And yeah, I love their stuff so much. So definitely check them out because they're the ones that discovered that she was using the tongs wrong. And I think that's really funny. I wish she'd stop bespeaking her verbal diarrhea. I think that's pretty great. Stop bespeaking. Couture jam made in Paris by Dior. Oh, but if it was made by Dior, I would not want her in the advertisements. Remember that? That was one of the funniest Meghanisms ever. That's something I talk about a lot. When she was doing the pap walks in the parking lots, she would go through cycles of doing different tricks. And for a while, she was doing walks in parking lots. And my favorite particular walk, she was covered in stickers, trying to sell stickers. It was about that time that she was trying to spread the rumor that she was going to model for Dior, to the point where Dior had to come out and say, no, that's not happening. That's pretty funny. Exactly. We've seen all the reviews for her best in class vendor. Once people realized it was a white label, they did research. It's one of the worst out there. Wickless candles, months to restock, runny fruit spread, shoddy packaging. Anyone? Again, look no further than my yesterday video where I break that all down. A lot of the customer complaints that are coming in that all have to do with these issues, and, as well as a lack of customer service to resolve any issues. I love Lucille Booth. Let me try that again. I love Lucille Bluth from Arrested Development. She's fantastic, isn't she? Effortlessly unlikable with Lucille just rolling her eyes. Our founder, scalable, bespoke. All right, let's talk the next section. Just for fun, when Harkle hit about being objectified. In October, Markle discussed her time as a briefcase model on Deal or No Deal on her Archetypes podcast with guest Paris Hilton. That one said she quit the game show after a year because she was, quote, objectified. Let's talk about this. I was so much more than what was being objectified on the stage, Markle said. I didn't like the feeling of being forced to feeling forced to be all looks and little substance. Okay, so remember her whole complaint was she didn't like that they made her do a spray tan. I'm saying it like that because if you know Markle at all, that's like her favorite thing. If she's not orange, then she's paler than I am, and that's saying something. But the spray tan and the eyelashes were things she complained about. It's like I was forced to wear beige, and then all she can do is wear beige. I was forced to get a spray tan, and then all she can do is be orange. I find that so funny. So this was actually my comment. I just felt so strongly. I went in and commented under say Meghan Markle. So find my comment, hit thumbs up. But I talk about how she pretends to not like to be objectified, but she sure didn't mind helping her buddy Plastic Man Obed with his book, where he was horrible to Catherine, Princess of Wales, and called her something along the lines of not much more than pretty in a dress. It was awful. They kept talking down to Catherine like that, saying, fine, she looks good in a dress, but there's not much more substance to her. They even called her a sparkling showpiece and just belittled her role and everything that she's done and brought to her role, and just tried to make her. That's why I always say she's so much more than beautiful. And Catherine is beautiful, but she's so much more than that. I don't like it that Meghan and Plastic Man tried to belittle her and just say, oh, she just looks pretty in a dress. Again, objectifying much. Her words and actions never match. She says these things like, I don't like it. And then will do this to other women. I'm a feminist. And then there are reports that she's worse to women on her staff than everybody else. I mean, it's just one thing after another. I believe in sustainability, but yet she and has no balls fly private everywhere. The words and actions, they never, ever, ever match. All right. Meghan would be all about looks if there were not younger, better looking women. Woo! I feel like that would just jab her right where it counts there. No wonder her ideas never get anywhere. She's always backpedaling. Exactly that. She's always rewriting history, always trying to change the narrative. I'm reminded of, it was allegedly around the time that she and Has No Balls, when she was going to go on a date with him, or around the time she started dating him, she changed her Wikipedia page to make it look more philanthropic. So it's like she just rewrites her history and assumes she's the smartest in the room and nobody will figure out what she's done. It's like, hello. Was she objectified when allegedly hitting on Howie? So that, in case you didn't know, that was I think it was a blind item that went around for a while that supposedly she was all over him. Gross. I didn't like feeling forced to be all looks and little substance out hunting for my third husband. That's pretty good. Yes, she's all about her brain. Oh yeah, totally about her brains. Absolutely. Oh God, no, not tans and eyelashes. Oh no. Again, shall we bring back some red dress Oompa Loompa pictures? I don't think so. Gross. All right. I know, from a woman who's had more surgeries on her face than the cast of Love Island. I thought that was pretty good. The truth is she has neither the brains or beauty she would have us believe she possesses. She doesn't even have the sparkling personality that can make you look past the lack of brain/beauty. As ever, she's blaming others for her lack of success and ability. That's exactly it. She's always playing victim. She's her own worst enemy. She steps on her own everything and then rewrites the history, and you end up with, situations like this. It's kind of comical to see. Okay, I really want to talk about this. You ready? Let's be on alert. There's going to be a state visit. So it sounds like Nigeria is coming to a state visit to the British royal family. And I find that particularly funny after the faux royal visit that Harry and Meghan did. So it sounds like in March, they will have a state visit from Nigeria. So how about that? Now, the Sussex squad, the mediocre mafia, are going to be like, oh, they're copying Meghan, except for they're not. Because if you remember, what was it? The president didn't even meet with Harry and Meghan because they didn't want it to look like that they supported that faux royal tour. So they got the underlings for meetings. And yeah, it was such a disaster. It's one of my favorite other faux royal trips. So many horribly cringy things happened during that trip. And again, you have her out there grinning like an idiot. I feel like Harry has very little self-awareness, but it seemed to occur to him that it was awkward as hell on that trip. And they haven't, let's see, they did that one first, I guess. I was going to say they haven't done any since, but they did Colombia after that. So since Colombia, they haven't really done any. Oh, wait, Jamaica. I can't remember the order. It doesn't matter, but they haven't done any in a while. So I'm wondering if the cringe hit them or if they even possess the awareness to realize how cringe that was. Oh, it's fun to watch, but it's also painful, isn't it? Reminder, she basically wore a bikini top to go visit a school in Nigeria. So many funny things happened on that trip. Anyway, I think that's really cool and really funny and good for the royal family. And ha 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 ha. I love that in 2026, the real royals have state dinners with countries that Meghan pretends to be a royal the most, the US and Nigeria. Excited for a new gown and crown for Catherine. Me too. Me too. Funny how Madame called Nigeria her home at the horror tour. Since then, no visits, no mention, no love for the people, not even a sweet nod to Nigeria. The good folks in Nigeria saw through her BS from the get-go. Yep, exactly that. It is funny. Yeah, she called it, I guess, her home, and then nothing since. And then there were speculations that they had promised or pledged, if you followed the Amber Heard stuff, pledged, donated. Was it basketball courts? I'd like to know whatever it was that they pledged, not donated, if they followed through with that. Curious. Considering how Meghan treats relatives, be it her own or her in-laws, her neglect of Nigeria was inevitable since when she decided to be 43% Nigerian heritage. Honestly, lucky them. How can we get her to be American? And by that, I mean, abandon us as well. Bye-bye. If I recall correctly, the actual president of Nigeria did not meet the Harkles. I believe that is correct. But higher-ups in his party, like the Minister of Defense, did. Am I mistaken? Absolutely correct. Head of Defense, not the big guy. Exactly that. Exactly. This is also the tour where Meghan wore completely inappropriate, slutty clothing to a conservative country. Oh, I won't forget that. That is one of the funniest things. Not just to a conservative country, which is bad enough when you're a guest there, but to a school visit. To a school, she wore this. Oh, who could forget? That is too funny. She truly believes that they should all be grateful for her presence and bow at her feet. I think so too. I think so too. That's going to do it for me. You have to let me know your thoughts on all this. What do you think about the British royal family having a state visit with Nigeria? What do you think Meghan will do to try to distract from that? What else? What do you think? And what do you think about all of it? What do you think about Meghan and her scam jam and that ongoing stuff, from the poor reviews to... All right. Let me know in the comments what you thought of all of this. What do you think about the fine print with it as ever, as if? Let me know about that. What else? Let me know what you thought about Meghan being objectified by being forced to wear bronzer. And then again, completely objectifying everybody else. And then what do you think of the state visit? What do you think? So Nigeria's colors are what? Green, I believe, is a primary color for Nigeria. So I wonder if we'll see some beautiful emeralds on Catherine, or a beautiful green dress on Catherine. We'll see. That's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I sincerely appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Just a reminder, I do have an Amazon storefront. I've been trying to put the link in the comments, so find that. And even if you don't end up ordering anything through there, if you can just click the link, it does help. It really does. Clicking the link helps. And thank you to everybody who's clicked that link. But you can take a look and see things like the color of my lipstick, what microphone I use, my lighting, what hair products I use, all that stuff. You can find that all in the links below. And thank you so much to everybody who's placed orders through there. I appreciate that. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It just gives me a few cents commission on anything you order like that. So thank you so much for that. All right, that's going to do it for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I hope you all had the best day. Looks like I'm wearing black, but it's actually this really deep blue. I love it. I love that, like, what is it, damask print? I think it's so fun and so pretty. Thank you, Gigi. Gigi got me this. That's going to do it for me. I hope you guys have the best day. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Hi. I love this shirt. I think it's so fun. So one of my besties is very sick right now. And so I'm wishing her well. And I get it because I'm like dealing, I mean, I'm better, but I'm still have this stupid cough. Anyway, so to cheer her up, she loves this shirt. So I wore this for you. I learned it from watching you. Did anybody remember those commercials from the 80s? I still say that to my Gosling. It was an anti-drug commercial actually. And it was like, where did you learn to do such a thing? Like talk about taking substances. And the kid fires back at the dad. I learned it from watching you. So I say that to my kid, or she'll say that to me. I'll be like, where did you learn to talk like that? And she'll say, I learned it from watching you. Little sassy Gosling. All right, that's going to do it for me. Leave me below. If you know that commercial, you can leave me. I learned it from watching you, or any other 80s or 90s slogan from a commercial that you really liked. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Take care of yourself. Stay healthy. Get better. All right. I'm talking to my friend there. Oh, yeah. This is an inside joke, too. I am a great music picker-outer. Somebody is doubting my musical skills, and I'm telling you, you're wrong. I'm good. All right. Take care. Stay healthy. Bye-bye. All my choices are not bad. They're awesome. You're wrong. I'm right. Harumph. Bye-bye.